Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, this is Lithium017 bringing you collecting tip number 5. This one is called Database Your Games, or Database Your Collection. What I mean by that is it would be wise to keep track of everything that you buy, where you bought it from, possibly who you bought it from, the price that you paid for it, the value that you think it's worth, and what you actually think you could sell it for. The reason why I suggest doing that is because look at how many games I do have here. All the boxes are there going down. A lot of my games are actually at school for the Wii, things like that. But all my games are here, and there's so many of them. If I actually want to know how much my collection is worth, if I kept a database, possibly in Excel, because doing it by hand would take a lot of time. When I say Excel, I mean Microsoft Excel, the program. There's lots of links and websites, and even on YouTube, how to use Excel and everything like that. But if you just want to list it out, you can total it up yourself. Excel does it for you. I don't really want this to be a how-to use Excel video, but if you want to learn how to use Excel, they do teach you it in school usually. And like I said, just search YouTube, how to use Excel if you really want to. But this video will just be able to tell you should keep a database. So I'm going to show you a little bit on my computer, my database of all my games that I've kept since 2007 when I started collecting. And every game, where I got it, I don't think this file has where I obtained them from. So if you want to be serious about collecting and you want to eventually have some sort of idea of how much your entire collection is worth, this is my database of all of my games. So, let me just make sure the camera's up enough. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so in here, I have game. So it actually just states what game it is. What, and what I mean by what is CIB. Now, that can mean different things, but normally it means cart instructions box or complete in box, but I use CIB for cart instructions and box. So if I just put C, these are my Sega Genesis games, C just means cart, CIB means cart instructions and box. And then there's other things you can add on, like another I for instructions, or another set of instructions, or inserts, or posters, or things like that. Then I put bought for, and I actually put the value of how much I paid for all of my games. Value, how much I think it's worth. Sell for, how much I actually think I can sell it for. And any comments to make. So these are all my Sega Genesis games, and at the bottom I have a total Genesis games. So it says 45, which I think is a little low. I might have to check that. And then how much I actually paid for all of them, what I think the value is, and then how much they're worth. Then Game Gear, Dreamcast, now we're getting to Nintendo, the NES, SNES, quite a few there, N64 games, GameCube games which I've fallen behind on, Wii games which I do have fully updated. So in this one, some of my comments, for example, are for Bit Trip Runner Complete, comes with music CD, or for GoldenEye, limited edition. Now, I left zeros in some of the spaces, and the reason why I left zeros is because it was a gift, so I didn't actually pay for it. And if I don't pay for it, it's not coming out of my budget. But all the games I have the value for, and how much I think I can actually sell them for. Zelda Skyward Sword, one of the most recent games I got. So I put CIB/controller because it came with controller in the box. And I actually made a little note, this special limited edition. So 34 total Wii games, the values of how much I paid, roughly 600. What I think they're actually worth, maybe $1,000, what I can actually sell them for around 900. And then at the bottom of this whole section, I actually put a total. So total for games, so total cost of all my games, total value of my games, and total sales of all my games. So right now, this says I have 303 games. I know that's low. I don't have half of my GameCube games updated. I have it in another file at school, but most of them are here. Then I also have all my systems, my controllers, my boxes, my display cards for Super Nintendo, more controllers, all my systems, some posters, guides, and at the bottom I actually do put a total for each. So total number of controllers, systems, all that stuff. And then I also did totals by platform. So if I want to see how many games I have per platform, how many consoles, how many controllers, and you can also do like an average value per game, or the total value, which I have not completed yet. I'm not sure I ever filled that out. So tip number 4, if you're going to have a massive collection or get into collecting, it would be wise to be able to go back and see how much you actually spent on a game. If someone was asking you, or you're just wondering, did I overpay this or not, then you have an idea. So that's tip number 5. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you later.